Okay, so I want to talk about something that is near and dear to me in some ways. Oops, not the right button. So I want to be a VTuber one day, and I've thought about this a lot, and it's not because, you know, because they're getting the attention of half the internet, kind of thing, and, a move against certain groups of people. People don't like VTubers, and I get that. But it's like, I don't want to become famous one day. I really don't think that's kind of in the cards for me. However, I do want to potentially help somebody and help those that would follow those people. I want to make a better world, and I want to put it out there, what I have to say. Anyway, hopefully that was a decent enough introduction to the video, and hopefully the music isn't too loud. I don't think that I'll get a copyright strike, but we'll see. So this is supposed to be my character, not the one moving on screen. That is the original free V2 Studio model. Her name is Hiyori. I am a fan of Nero-sama, so this is just a nod to her until I get the other VTuber model, which is what we're talking about today. So anyway, so Mediocritas, the one that I'm going to be inhabiting, she's going to be, so the problem is that I don't know if it's really a she or a he. I want it to be more feminine, not because of who I am, but because of what Mediocritas stands for, right? The middle ground, having both extremes. But I will happily, transparently admit that I am a certain type of way kind of individual. I do not want to transition. However, I feel a certain way about my male gender. And I'm not against it. I'm okay with it. I just, on the inside, I'm much more of an effeminate male. So I feel like it would be kind of natural to me, right? So anyway, Mediocritas has white skin to signify maybe not lifelessness, but the absence of natural humanity. And that's just, along with the theme. I'm a human, however, I'm playing something that's not, and I'm trying to convey I acknowledge that, right? She's gonna have black hair just for the opposite of white, right? She's gonna have red tattoos to signify some sort of not scar, but permanent feature sort of thing. If you look on her left side, she has sharp shapes. On the right side, she has soft shapes. She has a cross on her neck to signify sort of a sort of aim, regardless of what side of the fence I'm on, right? And she has heart and skull on the same sides as those, tattoo shapes, right? So heart being soft, death being hard, right? Things like that. She has an open hollow space in the center of her chest with a purple glowing soul gem, right? So this is to signify the acknowledgement of the thing that I know that I am not, that I am, but I can't control it, and yet I am. And I have free will, that sort of vitality, right? She has a rainbow-colored chain, right, to signify that there is a gradient here happening, not just one side of the coin. And yes, there is a obvious connection to pride, but that is not what I want to talk about. And maybe one day, just not right now. So the jewelry, the center of the necklace, is going to lay in on the center of the chest and sort of seal the bracket. It brackets and seals the hollow space to almost as if magnetically hold the soul where it needs to be. She has these black permanent tears, which I missed a line or two on there. My bad. I'm just looking at I'm criticizing myself. But anyway, black permanent tears to signify like this continuous appreciation at the end of the day of like things that just go on without us, right? Like black being hollow again. She's gonna have golden semi-transparent lingerie, and I don't mean for it to be any sort of type of sexual, but to signify transparency at the very minimum, but also kind of, admittedly, probably catching the eye of more people than not. And with the tattoos, right, she has opposing wing types, being the eagle and bat wings. If you want to consider that good and evil, that's up to you, right? So it's, again, to signify that gradients. Her crown's going to be upside down as the acknowledgement of the subjects of which the king is, and also the significance of not taking leadership as power and as the truth all the time, right? It has an onyx centerpiece to kind of signify the lack of ego, sort of thing. A red glowing halo, just to kind of like make some color, and also hold halo as a sort of, significance to what that is, with angels and, sort of your soul's tunnel sort of thing. She's going to have a light blue aura. She's going to be like shining very light blue to signify sort of this like hologramness about her existence. She's going to have a black hole in the background to sort of show that she's from some relatively different place. And this is the only personal thing that I put into this, other than, living in the character. The one thing that I put into this design that I prefer out of everything is the freckles. So this is my video. I wanted to explain this to you. I wanted to give some sort of introduction, see where I'm going with this. I'm a little bit nervous, seeing as the reticence and negative vibe that comes from the VTube niche, right? Because people think that people are stealing others' jobs, and that is not what I'm trying to go for here. I'm just trying to do what I need to do me. So anyway, that is my video. Have a good day. Maybe I'll see you next time, and hopefully it'll be soon. So yeah. Bye, everyone.